Start audience. So in this video, what we're going to go through is the basics of how to set up the channel. And before we get into that, I just want to talk about why now is the perfect time to build your YouTube channel and start growing your following. With everything that's been going on lately, with the way the world has been changing, and just how media has been changing in general, YouTube has become such a big platform for video creators to build an audience and build an income. And you'll hear this time and time again. YouTube is the second biggest search engine. And not only that, YouTube is replacing traditional media for a lot of people and being their main source of entertainment. This is something I keep hearing again and again, that people consume content entirely on YouTube now. So right now is the biggest opportunity to start your channel and start growing a following and potentially make this your full-time income down the road. And one more thing when it comes to YouTube is that on YouTube, you're able to create videos that will last a lifetime. On social media platforms like Instagram or TikTok, things are very immediate. So you want to create content that gets consumed right now. Whereas on YouTube, you create a piece of content, 5 years down the road, people are still going to be watching that same piece of content. And that's something that is really powerful about YouTube. So yes, at first you have to start small. We all have to start at zero. But over time, as your channel grows, you're going to see the snowball effect. You'll start seeing older videos getting picked up and you'll see the growth exponentially take off. So let's get you started on this journey and let's set up your YouTube channel right. Hey guys, my name is Jeff Dovey and this is Jalen Ray. And on my channel, I give you the building blocks to grow your YouTube brand. Now, I come at it from a filmmaker's perspective. So not only are these videos gonna be about how to grow your YouTube channel, but I also focus a lot on actually creating good looking content and building stories that people wanna watch. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss any of these videos. Now, in the description of this video, there's gonna be a ton of resources. And from there, I'm going to give you some jumping off points and some different things you should consider as you start moving forward. So check the description after you watch this video, and I'll make sure to link to everything that makes sense on growing and building your channel. So let's get onto the computer and let's get your channel set up right. So let's start at the very beginning. We're going to go to the home screen, and this is what's going to happen when you don't have an account and you look at YouTube. We're going to want to click the sign in button. And when you sign in, you're going to have this option to create an account. Now, if you already have a Google account, you can sign in here using that Google account, or if you need to start one, create an account. So what you're going to want to do is create your account, and then we're going to go back to the homepage of YouTube. So now that we're back on the homepage, you're going to go in the upper right-hand corner, and you're going to want to click Create a Channel from the drop-down menu. This little pop-up will come up, get started, and you're going to have two options here. You can either use your name and picture on your Google account or add a custom name. Now, this is the difference between a personal account and a brand account. And you're always going to want to be a brand account on YouTube because this is going to give you greater flexibility later down the road. And also, if you ever want to have people manage your channel or look at your analytics or different things like that, you're going to need to set up a brand channel versus a solo channel. So you're going to want to click use a custom name. And this is where you're going to come up with the name for your channel. I personally think that unless you have a specific idea and a specific brand name in mind, using your name allows the channel to be tied to you and everything that you do. And this is something that you can always change down the road. I've seen some huge channels change their name even after they have millions of subscribers. So you've come on YouTube for a reason, so create your channel name based around that. All right, so now we're gonna start setting up your channel. The first thing that YouTube's gonna do is upload a profile picture. This is that little icon that depicts who you are. You wanna make sure that your icon photo is super clear and simple. And a lot of times you wanna have some sort of color in the background to make it pop. Now, the next thing that you're gonna wanna do is add a channel description. And let's break down what makes a good channel description. This is the about section of your channel. You wanna make sure that you're writing a few sentences here that explain why someone should be interested in the content that you're producing. This isn't just about you liking long walks on the beach or, enjoying making filmmaking videos. This is the place to put your value proposition and tell your viewers why they should subscribe. So here's what I have on my channel. YouTubers are the future of filmmaking. If you want to use video to share your message, educate, or inspire others through stories, then you've come to the right place. My channel gives you the building blocks to create your YouTube brand while learning the skills to take your filmmaking to the next level. I'm a filmmaker and adventurer. On my channel, you will find weekly tutorials and reviews about filmmaking, camera gear, and how to master YouTube. You'll also find behind the scenes on what it takes to tell stories that make an impact. Stay adventurous. So this is my value proposition because I know the kind of audience that I'm going for with the content that I'm creating. So use this channel description to write out who you're actually targeting and why someone should be interested in watching your videos. Now, the next section is adding links to your site. So when you go to a channel, this is this top section up here in the right. So you can add one link that's going to have text, and then the other ones are going to be icons. So you can add your Twitter, your Facebook. I don't really use Facebook anymore, and your website, or something else here. So fill out your links and hit save and continue. Continue. So now your channel's ready to go, but you still need to do a few things to really set it up. So let's first go into customize channel. So when you click channel customization, you're going to have a few options. First, I just want to show you right here is your channel link. So this is where you can share your channel for people to come and watch your videos and subscribe. Now, the first thing that pops up is your video spotlight. And this is something that you're going to want to create as your first video when you're building out your YouTube channel. And you'll want to create a channel trailer for your first video that you create on your channel. And you want to make a video that's 30 seconds to a minute. That's basically your value proposition in video form. Now, where that pops up is right here. Big video right on front of your page. Every time a new person shows up, that's right here. Now, if somebody already is a subscriber, they will see the featured video instead. So as you put out more videos, this section doesn't have to be your channel trailer, it could be a featured video. Like right now, I have a featured video of make your Mavic Air 2 footage look cinematic fast. That's the video that I'm featuring. So we'll do this after we set up your channel. Now down here in featured sections, that is all of these sections down below your featured video or your trailer. So as you build out content, you will put different playlists here, or you'll put different featured videos that you want to share. So let's go over to the second tab, branding. Right here is where you're going to change your profile picture if you ever want to swap that out. And underneath that is going to be your banner image. And you're going to want to upload a banner image so that your channel is customized. And I suggest when you do a banner image, if you're going to put text in here, make it tied to your value proposition. So mine is subscribe to learn filmmaking and YouTube. Very clearly, if someone stumbles upon my channel, you know exactly what you get on my channel. And when you hit upload, it's going to show how your image is going to be displayed on different devices. So I've built my banner so that it's viewable on TV, desktop, and on smaller devices. If you want to know more information, click this learn more. Now the next is your video watermark. So when you're watching a video, this little icon is what we're talking about. And you can add any sort of icon here. And when someone clicks it, they can subscribe on your about page, your links, and also how many links you want to display. So right now I have my website, Twitter, and Instagram, and you can add additional links. And you can display up to 5 of them on that upper right-hand corner. Now also, this is where you can put in your contact info. So if people want to contact you for business inquiries, for things like sponsorships, or to collaborate, you can put this here and it will show up on your about page. All right, let's click publish. Now all those settings are saved, and we're going to go into some additional settings that you want to set up. So come down in this left-hand bar. This is where all of your menus are. And you're going to click settings. Now what we want to go to is your channel. And this is where you want to add your country of residence. And then you want to add keywords. Now this is important because you want to use keywords that are going to describe what type of content you're going to create on your channel. And you can fill this out with a bunch of different keywords that are really going to describe what you're going to do. Now you're going to want to go over to advanced settings, and you want to set up whether your channel is made for kids or not. So you can either say, yes, my channel is made for kids. No, this channel is not made for kids, or I want to review this setting for every video, and that's when you go video by video and say whether it is for kids or it's not. Now after you've done your basic info and your advanced settings, you want to make sure you click save, come back into settings, and now we're going to verify our channel. So we're going to click feature eligibility at the end here. So right now default features is enabled, and we're going to want to enable phone verification. So this allows you to do videos over 15 minutes, add custom thumbnails, live streaming, and content ID appeals. This is important. You want to make sure that this is turned on. So we're going to verify our phone number, and it's going to bring you to this account verification. You can either call or text and then put in your phone number, and then you're going to go through the verification process. Easy as that. Your account's verified, and you'll have access to be able to upload longer videos and add custom thumbnails, which is super important on YouTube. All right, so now we're back at the dashboard. Let's go back into our settings and set up a few more things. Let's go into upload defaults. So what you can do is add things that will always be in your title and your description, your tags. So I might add my name down here in the tags because I'm always going to include that in the videos I post. And you could also add whether a video is public right away or unlisted or private. I like to put mine as private just so that I can make sure everything's good before I release it to the public. Now in your advanced settings, this is where you can change your license, video language, how you want comments to be dealt with. And I typically just leave this as is. I don't do a lot with my upload defaults because each video it changes. Now the next thing that I want to show you is come down to community. And we want to add blocked words. And you can put in blocked words here. And what happens is if somebody uses one of these blocked words, the comment is not going to be public and it's going to be held for your review in the comments section. So if you have people that are trolling your videos, you can go in here and add different blocked words and then those comments won't be visible. Now, I also suggest clicking block links because what happens is, again, YouTube's going to hold those comments back. They're not going to be public. So you can review them. And if somebody's just spamming your videos with links to their videos or their channel, that's not in your comments section. So this is a great way to filter out a lot of garbage that might come into your comments section. And now we'll click saved and be back at the dashboard. So let's go to your homepage. Your channel is almost set up. We have a couple more things that we want to do. Go in the upper right-hand corner and you're going to want to click on settings from this page. If you need channel managers, if you have other people working on your channel, this is where you'll add them. But what we want to go down to is your advanced settings. Here is going to be your user ID and your channel ID. But more importantly, this is where you can get your custom URL. So my custom URL is youtube.com/JevanDoveyOfficial. You can add your custom URL once you're eligible for that. So you can click on learn more, and right here is going to give you exactly what you need to have a custom URL. You're going to need 100 or more subscribers, be at least 30 days old, have uploaded photo, channel icon, and have uploaded channel art. Now, once you do that, you can come to this menu and you can actually add your custom URL. And you'll want to do that once you get to that point. So let's go up to the upper right-hand corner and go back to your YouTube studio. This is your dashboard. This is where you're going to go to see just an overview of what's happening on your channel. And what you're going to want to do is upload your first video. So you could either click create up here, upload video, or you could upload a video right here. Now, when you go to upload a video, let's just upload a sample video so you guys can see the process and be ready to get started. So you're going to drop your video file in, write out my description, add a custom thumbnail here. You always want to do a custom thumbnail. And I have more videos down in the description that are going to go through how to actually optimize all of this to get more views and clicks and all of that. You're going to want to add this to a playlist. If you said no, it's not made for kids, that will pop up here. You want to click this more options. And then here is your tags for your video. Now, tags aren't super important in YouTube anymore. However, I still suggest you fill this out. It's going to help position your video right at the beginning and make sure it's going out to the right audience. And just make sure you fill this out as the video is uploading down here at the bottom. And it will tell you when the video is uploaded. Now, after the video is uploaded and it's processed, you'll be able to add an end screen or cards. So cards are those things in the upper right-hand corner when you're watching a video, and the end screen, these are extra videos that you can add at the end of your video to send people to more of your content in your library. And then last, you're going to have visibility. You're going to want to make this private, check the video, make sure it's all good. And then once you're ready to go, you can hit public and hit publish, and your video will be out there for the world to see. So from here, it's all about just creating videos and start uploading content. The best way to grow on YouTube is to put videos out there and see what works and see what doesn't work. Now, I see YouTube as mountaineering. You're going to climb a mountain, you're going to have a goal, and you're going to try to get to that summit. But the beauty is, every time that you get to that summit, there's another mountain to climb. There's another goal that you're going to go out there and try to achieve. So you can have those crazy goals of trying to get millions of subscribers, kind of like a mountaineer aiming for Everest. However, there's going to be a lot of peaks in between that, and make sure that you're setting smaller goals along the journey. Start off your first goal, hit 100 subscribers. get 10 videos up. Figure out what it is that first goal is, hit that, and then come up with a new goal. And the way that you're gonna grow is to be able to keep doing this year after year after year. YouTube is something that you can continue to build, and you're gonna continue to grow as your channel grows. All right, guys, if you want more resources on how to grow your following, I'll put links down below in the descriptions. And Jalen wants to say goodbye and thank you for watching. Check out one of these videos, and we'll see you on the next one.
Hello everybody, this is Kelly Stamps. I would like to announce that I am making no less than $1,250 from ad revenue on YouTube. How does that make me feel? Well, I'm living the American dream. I've made an enviable, obvious class jump. I have an icy Coke on hand. I'm wearing a very tight corset because I feel like royalty. That's why I have on my Burger King or Queen crown. No bangs today, no bangs. I am just showing off my large forehead, but this forehead contains lots of creativity and valuable information, which I will share this fine Friday evening. Let's be honest, both of us clearly don't have dates tonight, so why not get your pen and paper out and learn something new? Let's learn how to make side income on YouTube. I'm going to give you a list that I compiled of technical tricks, privacy tips, advice, and brutal honesty that I wish somebody told me prior to starting my channel. To the hand chair. Let's start with brutal honesty. You're probably watching this because you want to be the next YouTube star. Well, guess what? So does every child aged 8 to 12 in the United States and United Kingdom, according to a survey conducted by the Harris Poll. The likelihood of you standing out and making your YouTube channel a living has about the same likelihood as me never eating Carl's Jr. chicken stars ever again. Very slim. If you have been uploading consistently and it's been over a year, you have not developed any sort of a following yet, maybe this just isn't for you. And that's okay. YouTube is not for everybody. There are different hobbies you can try. There's pottery. But let's say this is for you and you would like to embark on this path. Maintaining a YouTube channel will remind you a lot of your past relationship, putting in lots of work to get nothing in return. I spend anywhere between 3 and 5 hours editing each of my videos, and in the early stages, I got pennies. If I was lucky, maybe I would make $2 or $3 on a day, and I was so proud. But finally, I cracked the YouTube algorithm, and I'm finally getting the coins that I deserve. I only have 29,000 subscribers, and as of right now, I am making no less than $1,270 a month, strategically. And if you want to know how I make this amount of money with my small but mighty subscriber base, then keep watching. Dun dun! In the early stages of my YouTube channel, when I was living in New York City, I did some reconnaissance on the local medium and big YouTubers. So if you go on YouTube and you go to the search, don't do it right now, please watch this video. I guarantee you there's valuable info in this. But if you do a search and you type in the words, how much money YouTube has paid me, how much money I make with ad revenue, there are some YouTubers who are very transparent about how much they make. I wrote down each of their numbers and the amount of subscribers that they had on this notepad, and it's kind of hard to tell you how much money you're going to make with X amount of subscribers because maybe you're uploading once a week or 3 times a week. Are they long or short videos? So find a channel similar to yours and compare some data. I chose Brett Conti. He's a New York City based YouTuber. He does a lot of those videos like, skateboarding around New York, but he also does the classic, holding a dollar bill. What you can do in New York with, I don't know, $5. I don't know what you can do in New York City with $5. You can take the subway to Central Park. You can go there, you can breathe for free. Then maybe you go walk around, get a $1 slice of pizza, and then cry a little bit. That's for free. I don't know, they'll probably start charging you for that too. At 100,000 subscribers, Brett Conti disclosed that he pulls in about $1,000 to $2,000 a month from ad revenue. I don't have that many subscribers, and I think that is indicative of how much money I'm going to make in the future. There's a common misconception that you need to have like millions of views on your videos or a million subscribers to make any sort of regular income on YouTube. That is so not true. If the algorithm likes you, you will make money, so get on her good side. In my experience so far, my money-making ability comes down to 3 things: my watch time, comments, and general engagement in the comment section. There are 3 of the world's greatest mysteries: time travel, the Bermuda Triangle, and the YouTube algorithm. I have literally been like fighting this algorithm since day 1, and finally I'm riding the algorithm wave. How did I do it? I did it by increasing my watch time. So watch time is the amount of time that viewers spend watching your video. My theory is the longer your watch time, the more likely YouTube is to push your videos to the front page. So flashback, here I am, early stages of YouTube. I'm sitting down at Gregory's Coffee in New York City with my computer. I'm pumping out all these videos. I'm working super hard, sweating my edges out, my palms are aching, knees starting to hurt, my back hurts because I've been sitting there for 4 hours. You know, my phone's blowing up. Chris Evans won't stop texting me, asking me out. I told him, no, I'm working. I'm really busy right now. I uploaded my video. I'm like, yes, yes. 1 view, okay, 2, 10 views. This is fame. You're going to quickly realize that people don't actually watch your videos in full. I assumed that when I posted my videos back when I had 100 subscribers that every person was watching them from start to finish. Biggest mistake ever, because all of the funny or interesting things were happening at the end of the video. So it's highly important that you get their attention in the first 15 seconds. I can't tell you how to do that. You have to figure that out because everyone's different. I do weird entries like coming out of the closet. I'm not literally coming out of the closet. I'm not gay, just a little bit. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what I am. I'm just attracted to tiramisu and making money. Money makes me horny. The idea of it makes me happy. I am passionate about food and making money. You know, I don't think women are all just like straight or not straight. There's a little bit in between. Anyway, figure out what will grab your audience's attention. The reason why I mentioned that people won't actually watch your videos in full, even though there are a lot of you who tell me that you watch mine from start to finish. Thank you. I appreciate that you want to see every drop of hard work that goes into these videos. But the reason why I bring this up is because your watch time is going to be really small if you're only uploading videos that are 6 minutes long, because average is going to be maybe 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You can see it in the YouTube analytics. It will break your heart. You're like, what? You've only watched 2 minutes of this? How dare you? So here's what you need to do. All of your videos need to be over 10 minutes long. It is non-negotiable. Since I started doing this, my videos are popping up everywhere. My neighbor in, townhouse, whatever this is, apartment number 1 was like, your video's on the front page of YouTube. That's funny. I went to Din Tai Fung with my friend. We were about to order, and then the server, super sweet girl, I love your channel. It's so cool. I like your personality. I'm walking around the promenade. This has happened several times this week. My videos will pop up everywhere. If you look under your bed, I'm there. If you look in your refrigerator, I'm there. I created a strategy which has been boosting me to the front page using 3 things. 1, selling my personality. 2, either telling a story of some sort or a list. 3, having an end card. I will quickly go through each of these bullet points. So number 1 is personality. You either have it or you don't. Next, number 2, telling a story or a list. All of my videos are on different subjects. If you go through my playlist, which I highly recommend, my list of playlists, there is Kelly's food stamps, there's Kelly's passport stamps, there's 1-800 like stamps tech support. They all have different categories of things that I'm interested in, and they each tell a story somehow. A good example is the video about the date where the guy kind of bait and switched me. Nothing went wrong, nobody died. Honestly, I'm just glad that he told me on the first date. But the title, I just walked out of a date. You're probably thinking, what could have been so bad that made this girl? Okay, let's just click and see. Whether you like me or not, you wanted to click on that video. Another example is my recent video. I traveled to San Diego for a taco. Pretty straightforward. It makes you think, no way, she did not actually go there. But I did, because I have time and a big appetite. This video is a perfect example of me listing something. You have already fallen into the black hole. You are wrapped in my content now. You are addicted. If you're not one of my subscribers and this is your first time finding this, chances are that you typed in new YouTuber tips or small YouTube person, whatever. These people who type these things in, I know, want to get actual information which means the watch time is going to be high because you're going to watch from start to almost finish. And number 3, end card. I will show you how I do an end card right here. Basically, at the end of a video, you have the option to add in a little template where you can put either your avatar where it says subscribe, or you can recommend a playlist or even another channel or your most recent video. What I like to do is recommend a video that is similar to that video, because there are people who go to my channel just to watch my horrendous food cooking videos. They probably don't want to watch a video titled how to get an apartment in New York City. Again, back to sucking people into your channel. If they made it this far to get to the end card of your video, chances are they want to see more of you. So show them what else you got. The reason why end cards are so important is because they are giving a second impression on your channel. The first impression was the video. Second is the next video. The majority of my videos, except for one, the one titled Moving to New York City, all had less than 3,000 views up until now. Why? Because the date video took off. At the end of the date video, there's an end card which goes to the moving video, which goes to a different video, and there's a ripple effect that's happening. This is why it's important that every single one of your videos is a good representation of your channel, and that you lay it down gently, like a fine layer of tiramisu. People are going to start backtracking on your channel. They're going to see what else does he or she have. Get your foundation straight so that your channel is just a strategically made, stable tiramisu. Your ladyfingers should be the first 10 videos. The cream should be the next 10, but they shouldn't be lazy or anything. They need to be just as good. All you want to be worrying about when you get your first mini blow up like mine is just adding the cocoa powder on top. I am so comfortable now with my channel that I know if I were to drive to Costco right now and make a video titled Breathing Heavily in Costco, it's going to get a lot of views on it. Why? Because I set that foundation up and I set the expectation for my channel. So you're probably thinking, this video is gonna make me smile even though it has a really weird title. Now that I got all of the technical stuff out of the way, let's discuss something very important to me: privacy. Ladies, you know how easy it is for us to find out everything about a guy just with his last name and Google. On the first date, you don't know whether to ask how his day is going or how his vacation was in Cabo in August. Even if you want to do it innocent, a day in my life video, like a day in my work life, and you want to take your subscribers along from the stairwell in your building to the subway, you're revealing the exact path that you take every day. And I watch Law & Order SVU, so I'm pretty much a detective. I know what I'm saying. Second piece of privacy advice, which you need to write down, underline, cut it out, tape it to your forehead if you have to. Make your business email separate from your personal email linked to your YouTube channel. All it takes is one hacker to get into your YouTube Gmail account to destroy everything you created, everything you've been working on. Also, I save all of my videos. I really hope that YouTube doesn't go away one day, but if it does, I am prepared. I have all of my favorite videos saved, downloaded, ready to go. Make it easy to move to the next platform should that day come, but let's hope not. All right, I need to wrap this up because it's getting dark. My face is turning blue. Black boys turn blue in the moonlight. It's a nice tint. One last thing, then you can go. Sorry, you can go to your plans, whatever you're doing, after you hear me out on this one last thing. Be aware of companies reaching out to you when you start to have a little bit of a following. They will say, "Hey Kelly, this is Trevor. I am in Phoenix, Arizona, and I am just blown away by the content on your channel." Copy, paste. "Here at clevertrevor.org, we want to boost your channel. We believe you have what it takes to be the next Logan Paul, but you need help getting there, don't you?" These people promise to put you on. There are some legitimate influencer growth companies out there, but you need to do your research first. Personally, I don't want anybody having my YouTube passwords. I don't care if I have 19 million subscribers and I am jet setting between Egypt and the North Pole. I will always have time to do all of this work myself. I will not trust somebody with my YouTube Gmail password. All it takes is one person to share that info with somebody else, and then they can, again, destroy your channel or worse, do something weird with it. I don't want anybody to have my private information. I don't even want an assistant ever. I like to stay elusive. I don't want anybody seeing all my nudes I took on my phone. I'm kidding. I don't have nudes on my phone currently. On my LG chocolate, I had plenty, and they're probably gonna resurface pretty soon. Maybe I should post my own nudes. It is time. This video has come to an end because the icy Coke is starting to hit, and I'm gonna get hyper. Let me know if you have any questions regarding YouTube in the comment section. I will do my best to answer. Okay, I'm gonna edit this video now. Best of luck to you. Hopefully you took notes. Goodbye. Bye, Blackpink.
I've got a question for you. Not an easy question, but a simple question. Are you doing exactly what it is you were born to do? 3 months ago, I was at the point of quitting this leather business. I was just sick and just tired of trying so hard and not getting anywhere. When you see all of this hard work and all of this money spent on something that you love that is not working, it's like a kick in the teeth. Yeah. So, 3 months ago, I was at a really confused and crazy time with my business. I had a YouTube channel that I kind of neglected for a few months, and I really never posted anything to it. I used the YouTube channel as a link to my website so people could see how I made my products. So during this weird period where I felt like I was going to quit, I decided to give it one last kick at the can and create some content for YouTube. After about 3 or 4 videos on YouTube, I noticed that they were getting more popular and more popular. I would wake up and see that my videos had thousands and thousands of views on them, and this really boosted my self-confidence to create more. So I did. This is where it gets crazy. After about a month of increased sales and traffic to my website, I started getting more confident in my business. I knew I had a great quality product. I knew that what I was selling people liked, but it just wasn't getting to the right people. One day, I open up my Instagram and I see this message from somebody saying, "Yo, creator on the rise, nice." I looked at the account and I was like, okay, what does that even mean, creator on the rise? Nice, that's cool, thanks for that. That was really nice of you to say. I don't know what it means, but thank you for that. So I looked at the person who wrote it and I'm scrolling through their feed and I noticed this one very distinct photo that I've seen a million times. And that was a picture of Peter McKinnon in front of this blue lake. Gorgeous blue lake. Peter with his gorgeous long locks of hair. I got you, Peter. I could not believe my eyes. Peter McKinnon reached out to me over Instagram and said, "Yo, creator on the rise, nice." Peter so graciously came out and said, "Yo, this is what I want to do for you, Ryan. I want to come to your studio and I want to shoot one of my vlogs there." I was speechless. So he came over, he shot it, and I was blown away. So thank you, Peter, so much for coming to this workshop and shooting a video that I thought I would never have the chance of getting done. But I don't want to stop there. This whole thing happened because I put myself out there. And I think a lot of us are scared of being judged, scared of us failing, scared of us not necessarily getting to where we want to be. But you know what? You never know who was watching. You never know where your craft can go. This whole YouTube thing and this whole leather business happened because I was born to create. I was born to work with my hands. And I know that. And I believe every one of you, everyone out there has that ability. It might not be in the arts, it might not be in music, it might not be in leathercraft, but you are creative. Every one of us are drawn to creativity, creative accounting, creative electrical work. Hopefully it's legal. But I just want to say and encourage you guys that no matter how hard the road seems ahead of you, no matter how hard you have to climb and claw your way out of the hole, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Don't give up the fight. If it can happen to me, a small crafter from Morriston, Ontario, it can happen with you. Do not give up. I want to thank Peter McKinnon for coming to my workshop and believing in me and believing in my craft and believing in my channel and just pushing me to be better. When you surround yourself with people who are better than you are going to be better. And that's what I've learned. Do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. That was really heavy. Was it heavy? Heartfelt? Not really a happy vlog, but it's an important vlog. And I think a lot of us need to hear that. Do what you were born to do. I just want to thank Peter for allowing me to use that creamy B-roll footage that he shot on his monstrous camera, the Red 8K. I'm going to put a link in the description to that vlog so you can check it out. If you like this video, if you liked hanging out with me, if you like this content, you know what to do. And I appreciate all of your support. And for all the new subscribers, thanks for coming over to this channel. And I hope you enjoy your time here. All right. Peace.
How dare you, they say. How dare you be disruptive? How dare you raise your voice at me? How dare you talk like that, like you actually know what you're talking about? Stop talking. Can you do that? Now look at you. How dare you wear pink, wear blue, dress like a girl, dress like a boy, dress like... What is that? How dare you be like everyone else? How dare you be different? How dare you be the difference? How dare you be defiant? How dare she? How dare he? How dare they? How dare you? How dare you be quiet, be loud, be crazy, be hated, be loved, be the voice, be the change? How dare you be you?
So one of the most unique things about the YouTube platform is thumbnails.
TikTok autoplays, Instagram pretty much autoplays.
All the other platforms feed you content and you're kind of already consuming it before you know it. But on YouTube, the audience actually has to make the conscious decision to click on a video in order to watch it. And that decision is largely based on the thumbnail. When we first started making videos, we wouldn't really put much thought into it. It was like, make a cool video and then right before upload, pick a screenshot. But over the past year, a lot of the growth on our channel has largely been because we've prioritized making thumbnails.
We've realized that the difference between 1,000 views and 1,000,000 views can come down to a thumbnail.
We also realized this because the thumbnail king himself, Mr. Beast, and his team told us we need to make better thumbnails.
Hey, what's up, boys? Have you seen Colin's today? Yeah, you love him, Carl, right? I know, I tell them to make the thumbnails better all the time.
And the most important thing we've learned from the thumbnail king himself is that if they don't click, they don't watch. We're at a point now where we won't even pick up a camera until we've fully come up with the title and thumbnail that we're going to use for a video. And we will even go as far as to produce the thumbnail for the video before we actually shoot the video. And that's because if we can't come up with a good, compelling thumbnail that would make someone click, most likely that video won't even get seen by the people that we want to see it.
And the importance of the thumbnail is wrapped up into one term that a lot of us YouTube creators know, and that's CTR. It stands for click-through rate. So basically that is the percentage of people who have seen your thumbnail and decide to click on it.
The majority of YouTube channels range between 2% and 10%. And if you're anywhere near that 10% marker, meaning 10% of people that saw your thumbnail actually clicked on it, that's a pretty good indication that you're doing something right.
In studying which one of our thumbnails are closer to 10% CTR and which ones are not, we've come up with 3 components that make a really good thumbnail. Number 1, the thumbnail has to stop your scroll. What that means is people are scrolling through social media platforms so fast, and even on YouTube, they're scrolling through their subscription feed or their home feed or the trending page, or they're seeing very small frames in their recommended. It has to stop them in their tracks.
For us, we found that a big face in the frame works really well. Symmetry also has shown to work really well for us.
What's important here is that you have a high-res photo and that it's aesthetically pleasing and that it's loud enough or controversial enough or just captures attention. It has to stop someone's scroll.
Now, once you've stopped someone's scroll, you have a split second to make sure that they know what the story could be. And that's the next thing we've seen that good thumbnails have. They tell a story.
So you have to set up the entire video in a single frame.
It's the ultimate storytelling constraint. You have to put your entire act one, the entire reason why someone should watch to the end, in one single frame, and that frame is your thumbnail.
And number 3, a good thumbnail either begs a question or suggests transformation. The audience has to know why they should invest their time in this video. Either they have a question after seeing your thumbnail or they're excited to see something transform. Okay, so what we're gonna show you guys, we're gonna take some of our worst performing thumbnails and try and make them better thumbnails according to those 3 things that we just mentioned to you.
Now to do that, we're gonna be using Skylum's photo editing software, Luminar AI. It is a photo editing software that makes photo editing really easy and honestly just a lot of fun. Like you can do some incredible, amazing things. Samir does not make our thumbnails because he doesn't know how to do any photo editing.
Wow.
That's just the truth. But now, honestly, yesterday he spent the entire day basically making thumbnails and he was sending them to me last night at 11:30.
Which is typically past my bedtime, but yes, I was making thumbnails. Colin, feels like you're attacking me right now.
No, I'm trying to express how exciting making thumbnails was for you yesterday because of Luminar AI.
I mean, I'm gonna go as far as to say that I think this software is the ultimate thumbnail creation software for YouTube creators. All right, so what we've done is we've pulled in some screenshots from our old videos that have terrible performing thumbnails so that we could try and recreate them. But before we do that, we want to quickly show you a photo and show you some of the features that Luminar AI has because it's truly incredible what you can do. This is a drone shot that was taken by our editor, Jesse, here in Venice, and we are going to edit it. So first and foremost, for me, again, I'm not really like familiar with editing software. So what's really nice is they have these templates. So the AI tells you what it recommends for this photo. Let's just try the first one here. All right, so in one click, this is basically editing the photo as it sees fit. So that's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
So already you can see the difference here. This is edited and that's not. Okay, what gets really interesting here is some of these AI features. This has to be one of the coolest things that I've ever seen in any software. You can actually change the way the sky looks. This is a nighttime shot, so let's take a look at like what does Starry Night 1 look like.
I mean, what's crazy is that it also mats out the image around the palm trees, the flag you can see there.
A few clicks and we've just made like a really dynamic image. I mean, look at that. That looks insane. Let's do a sunset. Wow. To be honest, that looks really real.
Did Luminar add the helicopter?
Yeah, I think so, right? Look at that. That is insane. And again, as you can see, before, after, before, after. How long has it been? I mean, I know we've edited this down, but I think it's been 90 seconds. Let's move on to now a thumbnail. Another one of our videos is about skydiving. And we actually do have photos. Like, you know, when you jump out of the plane and the person like takes the shots. And so we have photos, but we didn't use a photo. We used a screenshot.
Because that's what we were doing at that time, which again is not advised. So we're actually going to take one of those photos and edit it and see what it looks like.
So first and foremost, that's adding light to both of our faces.
Which is crazy that it knows where the faces are.
Yeah.
Already we have a much better thumbnail.
This enhance AI feature, I honestly don't know exactly what it's doing. I guess it's just enhancing.
Yeah, you just trust.
But you just trust the software to know what to enhance, which is really cool. All right, so another thing we want to do here is we want to mess with the sky.
There's a lot of sky to work with in this one. Crazy.
That's crazy.
It's going to replace the entire sky.
It's going to replace the entire sky. So that feels like it's, I mean, that's already cooler.
The one with the chemtrail was interesting because you would assume that there's a plane.
There's an airplane. This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we could actually put a plane right there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we could go, now we can place an object. Let's place a plane.
Make it small enough.
Mm-hmm. So another thing we need to do here is change the composition, right? Because it needs to be 16 by 9.
Boom. Dude, that's such a better thumbnail.
That's a better thumbnail. Before, after. Before, after. So definitely feels like it could stop your scroll. There's a big face in screen. There's some symmetry here. And again, this frame tells a story. All right, so this is a screen grab that we took from a video called Colin's 6,000 Mile Surprise, where he goes home to surprise his parents.
The thumbnail right now for this video, I am in a airplane train, basically like a train car, and you can only see my feet. You can't even see my face. You have no idea really what's going on. So we grabbed a screenshot from the video where my face is more visible and I'm actually on a plane. So you can tell that I'm traveling, I'm going somewhere to surprise someone.
All right, so first and foremost, we want to get some more light on Colin's face. So we're gonna go here to the portrait section. We're gonna click face, and the first thing you have is face light. And so the AI is actually gonna be able to tell where Colin's face is and add more light to his face.
Have we enhanced yet?
No. So we're going to enhance. Okay, so we want to change what's in this window. We want to make it look like a more compelling sky, something that obviously feels like he's in midair. There's such little horizon here that we actually need to use this paint tool and paint a mask inside of here. All right, so now that we have the window matted out, we're going to add a brand new sky. Wow, okay, so that
may be too bright. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That feels like this to me feels like it would be a video about dreams, why you shouldn't fall asleep on a plane, or what happens when you fall asleep on a plane. Ooh, let's try this.
I like that.
I like that. Do a little before and after here. Before, after. That's insane.
From being totally dark and unsaturated, the window's blown out, to like a much better image. And that's a much more interesting act one for a story, because you can tell I'm on a plane. Clearly, I'm going somewhere. And then when you see in the title that it's a surprise, it's much more enticing to click and see who I surprise, what the travel is actually like. All right, what else we got? What else can we Luminar AI?
As a verb.
Yes.
What else can we Luminar AI? All right, home to India. This is a video that I have about taking a trip with my dad back to a village in India. It doesn't have a great thumbnail. So we took this screenshot, which is also not a great screenshot.
Very low quality image.
Super low res, but let's see what we can do.
Swiggy, try something new, take one. Take 73.
God, fantastic!
ಇವರೇನೋ ಹೊಸತು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ನೀವು ಸಹ ಹೊಸತೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸ್ವಿಗ್ಗಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪಡೆಯಿರಿ ಭಾರಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೊಸ ರೆಸ್ಟೋರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ.
All right, ready? Before, after. That's wild, right?
So much better.
Wow, that is such a better thumbnail.
Okay, so hopefully you learned a lot about YouTube thumbnails in this video, and you saw how impactful Luminar AI can be to totally change around your thumbnails.
Again, I'm not someone who's really familiar with editing software or good at photo editing, but I felt like I was like a wizard in Luminar AI. Like I was able to do things that I couldn't dream of.
It does feel like that.
It feels insane.
Yeah, it's a crazy experience. It's like you are getting on a rocket ship and you don't know where it's going to take you, but it ends up taking you to some pretty incredible places. Like,
it feels like you have superpowers. And again, like when you really get into this career of being a creator, you start to realize how important thumbnails are. And this tool will drastically change our ability to make compelling thumbnails, as well as reduce the time it takes to make those.
Yeah.
So in the beginning of the video, we mentioned click-through rate, which is incredibly important. But one thing we didn't mention is AVD. That's average view duration. That's the other metric that we take a hard look at for all of our videos.
That's the average amount of time that someone watches your video. And the goal is that you have a high AVD because you want people to watch all the way until the end, like this point of the video right now. So not only do you have to make a really good thumbnail that entices someone to click, but you also have to back it up with a good story.
So thanks so much to Skylum for sponsoring this video and for giving us Luminar AI, because it's one of the most fun tools that I've used. And if you want to check out Luminar AI for yourself, we put a link in the description. If you are a YouTube creator, I'd highly suggest at least trying it out and checking out how you can completely transform your thumbnails.
Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel if you don't already. Like this video because it helps us in the YouTube algorithm. And lastly, check out the link in the description for Luminar AI.
I got few things, but if you need a dollar bill in your blue jeans, I'ma throw it to you, honey, like I'm Drew Brees. I'm just happy that my crib got 2 sinks.
If you're not crushing it right now as an entrepreneur, you suck. You've got your perspective. I just want to be happy. Don't you want to be happy? And that's really got me to where I am today. So if there's one person in the entire world that I have to thank for all my business hustle, it is Gary Vee, and he's here right now. Gary, let's get on stage, baby. Go with this. Can I help? Welcome to Vid Summit, year 2. Glad to have you back. Thank you, brother. Yeah. Hello. Hello, Vid Summit. Thanks for having me. So just having a great sense of like the way people have been tweeting about the event and a good understanding of who's in the room. I actually want to do quite a bit of Q&A today. So before I go any further, you guys said you had runners. I just want to get a sense, like, where are the runners? And like, I might go into it like 10 or 15 minutes in. So Vid Summit crew, be ready for me because I'm about to go into it. And so just raise your hand if you have a question when I open that up. And I want to go questions because ultimately what I think is super important about when you produce content or when you speak, I think the biggest, actually this is a great starting point. I genuinely believe that the far majority of this room is not achieving what they want to achieve if they're not. So if you're sitting here and you haven't amassed enough audience or revenue or whatever might be running through your mind, the biggest thing that I've seen over the last 12 years that I've deeply been paying attention to creators, and just to give people context here, it was great to see Rob Sandy, the CEO and founder of vidIQ, who was also the CEO and founder of a company called Vidler, which was the platform that I switched my wine show from, because I started a wine show on YouTube on February 21st, 2006, less than 1 year after YouTube came out. 99% of the videos on YouTube when I started were ripped off content from television or these very quick, less than a minute kind of funny clips of like Mentos in a Coke bottle and things of that nature. I sat down and did a 25-minute show. It was mainly kids and tech nerds. I did a 25-minute show on wine and me tasting wine, and literally for the first 18 months, barely anybody watched it. And so it's interesting for me to like be, at this event, knowing that there's so many people that are creating. But the thing that no question to me is a great starting point is I am blown away how many creators spend all their time being selfish mentally. Like 99% of the emails and DMs and conversations I have in conferences like this are predicated on how do I get more subscribers? How do I get more engagement? How do I get more money from brands? How do I quit my job and do this full time? How do I? So I will tell you, without knowing most of you in any shape or form, I still will default into that 95% of the people in this room will not get to where they want to get to because their entire fucking filter on everything they're doing is 100% selfish. And the only way to actually amass victory in this game, where as amazing it is that we live in a day and age now where you can be a creator and like just live your life and love what you do and make a living, the equal problem is anybody can do it, which creates a very fun dichotomy of supply and demand. This is a simple game of supply and demand. Anybody tomorrow can be a Slimer or a travel vlogger or a business expert or a fucking entrepreneur, right? Anybody can do that. The problem for everybody here is anybody can do that. And then who's gonna get people's attention? The people that are gonna get people's attention fall into a very basic bucket. Number one, the second biggest vulnerability for the creators in this room and the people at home that will watch this is A, it's I. B, it's just not the truth. For me, one of the most interesting things that I watch every day in this space is people think that fake it till you make it is still real. There are so many people posing it because they feel like they have to inflate their backstory or what they're capable of or the advice that they're giving to break out, yet that is the exact same reason that they won't break out. To me, everybody who's trying to be a life coach or expert or an entrepreneurial expert, like the amount of people that are entrepreneurial experts but have never built an entrepreneurial thing, Look, I wish I could be a quarterback of an NFL team, but like, I can't, and all of you can see that, and it's proven. Unfortunately, with entrepreneurship, it's not proven. You can just put it in your Instagram profile, and thus you are. The big advantage that everybody in here, like myself, that's over 40 has, is we've lived through an economic meltdown. We've lived through everything, we lived through, there was one in 01 and 07, so we got too quick, and then if you're older enough, you've got 92, and 79, that was the worst. Jimmy Carter fucked it up, guys. And so, we've lived through it, thus, we anticipate it in a different way that if you're under 32, you can't. Because if you've only lived life professionally in an environment where the economy's been flourishing, you don't realize what happens, which is literally tomorrow morning you can wake up and we can have a Bear Stearns, some sort of event that completely starts the collapse of the economy, and all of a sudden the DMs from a detox tea or from Pepsi or Coach stop. And if your entire money is coming from your audience that buys let me tell you what stops when the economy collapses. People don't just want to buy a $22 t-shirt that has a funny saying on it. Big brands don't want to pour money because they don't have it into the market. And so where I'm really going with this is a couple things. Context is what drives a lot of success. When you read all your comments for all your content, you get context from your audience, and it helps you think about the next place you can go with your storytelling instead of you just being creative and guessing, but you have to put in the work to read the comments. Context in understanding what's happening right now in the global economy. This is all growing, but it's growing during